What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and today we have a second box opening of Fists of the Gadgets. You know, it's just such an insanely good set that I had to open more, but no, if you watched the last box open video of Fists of the Gadgets, you'll know that we didn't really pull very many good cards. There, in fact, at the time of recording this, which is well, the first day that the set comes out, I'm sure by the time this gets uploaded, all these cards will be way lower price, but at least at the time of recording this, there's only 4 cards in the set worth more than $10, so it's looking kind of rough. And in the last opening, we only pulled one of those cards, and that was the Fire Fist Ritual Monster, I believe. So in today's video, we are hopefully looking to pull a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle, which is like the main chase card of the set. And yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, but this way to buy these cards, if you want any of the reprints in here, is probably just to buy singles. Even the reprints that we were trying to pull, like Scraps Recycler or the Hidden City, which are some of the more sought after reprints, we pulled 0 Scrap Recyclers, which is a super rare, and we pulled no copies in that entire last box. And then we pulled just 1 copy of the Hidden City. Hopefully Scrap Recycler is a secret rare, otherwise I'm gonna sound pretty stupid, because I'm pretty sure in the last video I said it was super rare as well, because I'm pretty sure it is, and we just like didn't pull it. So we'll get in here. We pull the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Swan. And I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. I think that this video is going to go up while the YCS is happening, so maybe Fire Fists are at the top tables, and maybe all these cards go way up in price. I'd say the chances of that happening are decently low, but it's not impossible, you know. Oh, nice. There we go, a much better box already. Just 2 packs in. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle. So why is this card so crazy? Well, it's crazy because it says you can activate Fire Fist monsters' effects without sending Fire Fist or Fire Formation cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. That is huge. Like, there are so many Fire Fist cards that were released way back in the day, 5-6 years ago, that were their entire design revolved around the fact that they had crazy effects, but you had to send Fire Formation cards to the graveyard, and when you have this thing on the field, you just don't have to do that at all. So that's pretty cool. And even though I'm excited for pulling the best possible pull in this entire set, please note that even just pulling an Eagle, like, it's not actually going to make up the value of the box, which is part of the trouble. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. We have Panda, which was the other good card that we were trying to pull in the last opening. This one, at the time of filming, is worth about $10, $15 or whatever, so we'll have to see if that card stays up in price. But that is sort of the tricky part about these boxes, is that unlike many of the core sets where you can just pull a specific secret rare like Extravagance, like Phantasme, like Ash Blossom back when it was expensive, and then make all of your money back, a lot of times with these ones you just can't do that. Fire Fortress atop Lang Peak. What is even, I can't even see the picture. Oh, it's just like a little road and stuff and a wall and stuff. Okay, interesting. That is Lang Peak or whatever. And yeah, it is tough. It is a lot harder than the core sets to make your money back on these, even when you do happen to pull the good cards. Of course, if there's a card in there, like, not Fire Formation Ingen, but if there's a card in there like Sky Striker Engage, for example, then yes, of course, if you pull that, you're going to make all your money back. But that is few and far between, and there were, I mean, as the price would reflect, you can see that with Engage, it's not like you pulled one every single box, because then the card would not have been $100. We have Archfiend's Ascent. If you remember, in the last opening video a couple days ago, we pulled pretty much every single Archfiend card possible in multiples. So those cards seem to be some of the easiest to pull. So if you are a Summoned Skull fan, an Archfiend fan, this is a pretty good set for you. Ultimate Fire Formation Sinto. Some crazy stuff going on there. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, when you open the first 2 packs, or the first 3 packs, and you pull 2 of the best cards in the set, or 2 of the most expensive cards in the set, like, where do you go from there? Now we're digging for Scrap Recycler, which we still have not seen, Archfiend's Awakening. And it's kind of funny that we haven't seen Scrap Recycler, and it's kind of funny that we haven't seen more than 1 copy of Hidden City, because to me, those are like the reasons that people would pick up this set, as cards like that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but those seem like pretty good cards that are currently seeing competitive play with an Igniseat. So I think that they would want to put them in there, especially Scrap Recycler, because while it is true that like the other cards and stuff that got reprinted in higher rarities are seeing play, like Subterra Final Battle, and Hidden City is a good reprint because it's like a rarity downgrade and it's a little bit cheaper now. Scrap Recycler is currently seeing a ton of play in the Orcus deck. It was all over the UDS. So many people in Orca stacks playing Scrap Recycler, especially if you're playing that Gizmek Orochi or whatever. That card you can sign with Scrap Recycler, which is pretty good. You have Archfiend's Call or whatever. So yeah, if you want cards from the set, maybe don't go out there and buy a box or 2 or 3 or 4. Maybe just save your money, save a lot of money, and just buy the cards that you want directly. A Brotherhood of the Firefist Swan, which we pulled a lot of copies of. That is our 3rd copy if we count the cards we pulled from the last video. And that is half the box gone so fast, gone like the wind, because it is, we've seen all these cards. We have the upgraded version of the video game promo again. Brotherhood of the Firefist Peacock, which I already had my P-file discussion in the last opening video, but this card should probably be called P-Hen, and I don't know. Yeah, clearly Konami doesn't care about that. It's okay. I don't think anyone really cares about it. I don't know at the time of filming this if anyone even mentioned that. I talked about that in the comment section, but they did that with like the Shino birds, where they put like Shino Baron and Shino Baroness, but they just use Peacock for both of them. Master Cerebrus, which evidently I think is pretty hard to pull, just judging by that last box. So we'll have to see if we can pull more copies. Fire Formation Domi. I just really want to see if out of 2 whole boxes, which is what, 48 packs, I believe that there's 24 packs in these boxes, if we can pull a single copy of Scrap Recycler. That is just like, if we can't, that card is so ridiculously short printed. Nice, Hidden City. That is the 2nd copy of that we've pulled. And like I said, it's really cool that this card is getting reprinted because it was really, really expensive. Oh, nice. Okay, so this box would have been, it always happens when I'm talking about the boxes not being valuable. We pull like all the good cards. But if you want to see a box that's not crazy, go watch the last one. This is another one of the more expensive cards, like $15. Brotherhood of the Firefist Elephant. So this box probably will make its money back, or just barely. If I sold all the cards at retail, this thing would make its money back. But that's sort of like the hard part, right? Because while it is true that for super competitive cards like Phantasme, you usually can find a buyer that will be willing to buy them for retail just because they need them for competitive play. When it comes to stuff from these sets, maybe it's not so competitive. Finding buyers that will buy it at retail is not the easiest task. Got some stuff here. Impact. We have Boot Up Admiral, Destroyer Dynamo. This card's really cool. I actually really want to build like a gadget deck just for fun. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'm really curious if the Firefist cards actually do sort of pop off at the YCS. That'd be pretty exciting. Archfiend's Manifestation. Man, are we actually not going to pull a Scrap Recycler? Maybe that card is a secret rare. I feel like it's not. I don't know. Obviously, like, you guys can just go look it up or whatever, but what if you don't look it up and then you just leave it for the suspense? It's like, oh, will he pull a Scrap Recycler? Maybe it's a ghost rare. Who knows? Every time I see a monster, I think it's Scrap Recycler. Boot Up Order Gear. Did we pull this card last time? When a player's monster declares an attack and all monsters you control are faced with machine monsters, destroy attack the monster your opponent controls up to the number of machine monsters you control. Konami, do you know that this is just a worse Mirror Force? What? Why is this even a thing? That's like a Froggy Force Field, Wall of Thorns. Unless I'm like missing it and destroy. I mean, it's up to, so you don't destroy everything. Why does this? I don't know. It just seems like a worse Mirror Force. Maybe you can like search this card somehow that I'm missing, but just on paper, even like it just seems like a conditional Mirror Force, which is not really what you want. Defcon Bird, Subterra Final Battle, Bear, Morphage Sloth, Archfiend's Call. We're down to a few packs here. We have some. Still have not seen a single copy of Scrap Recycler, which is it even in the set? I'm pretty sure it's in the set. No, I'm like 100% sure it's in the set. I looked at the set list. We got Rooster. That's pretty cool. Those guys. We actually have pulled Cardinal and Tiger King back to back like that a ton of times. I think Ignis is like the easiest card to pull, by the way. Ignis and the Archfiend cards, because we have pulled like 1 million copies of Ignis and 1 million copies of the Archfiend cards, but not a lot of copies of the other cards. Let's see here. Subterra Phoenix, Shoestar Talker, Code Talker, a Warmfrage Goliath, and Brotherhood of the Firefist Panda. Okay, so with this card pulled, absolutely, if we sold all the cards that we've gotten for retail, we would make our money back, no problem there. But the problem is trying to find people to buy these for retail, and obviously you can't sell at official events. I usually just unload all my cards at vendors, even though it's vendor prices, then I can just get rid of them. And especially if you buy stuff like the very first weekend that the set's open or legal, open, it's not a store, the set's legal, like you want to get rid of the cards as fast as possible, just so they don't go down in price. And we got another Brotherhood of the Firefist Swan. We pulled a lot of those, a ridiculous amount. Let's So then we have one last pack, one last scrap recycler chance in this entire 2-box opening. Can we pull a single scrap recycler? Is scrap recycler even in this set? I'm pretty sure it is. I swear. I wrote like a blurb for TCG Player about scrap recycler being in this set, so I think it must be, and I do not think... How hard is scrap? Is there any opening? I should go watch some openings and just sift through them and see if anyone can pull a copy of Scrap Recycler. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really funny though, because I haven't seen the comments from the previous video where I talked about Scrap Recycler. It's gonna be funny if it's not actually in the set and I just look really stupid. I'm just trying to pull a card that doesn't exist. But I'm like 90% sure it's in the set. It makes sense with the gadget monsters. But anyway, I think it's gonna wrap up this Fists of the Gadgets box opening. The second one, this one was a lot better. We pulled a lot more cards that are actually playable. You have the Brotherhood of Fire Fist Panda, you have whatever this guy, Elephant, and then you have the good Link monster. So this one was a lot more competitive, a lot more good value out of this one. A lot more good value. That's a really good sentence. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this opening. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.